Hey there, Mark Satterfield here. Thanks so much for joining me live or watching me on the recorded version on whatever social media platform you happen to be on. Thank you so much for doing that. And naturally, I would certainly appreciate your referring this along to others you think might benefit, and giving me all the thumbs ups and subscribes and all the love that you can muster. So today I want to talk about a very old but very true marketing maxim, which is marketing is simple. Try a lot of stuff, see what works, do more of that. And, yeah, it sounds trite, but there is a lot of truth to that. And, quite frankly, there's a lot of different things you can do in terms of attracting affluent clients. There's, in-person stuff, there is online stuff, there's offline stuff. I've got one client that is just absolutely killing it with just doing direct mail and just doing a fantastic job with just direct mail that leads people to go to a very simple one page website. Nothing, nothing fancy about it. On the other hand, I've got clients that are working with very sophisticated, integrated online marketing systems using click funnels and then advertising on Facebook to drive people to an opt-in page. And yeah, I mean, again, it can be as simple or as complex as you want. But the real key is that you want to try a lot of stuff and then find some things that work well for you. Now, here's the danger. The danger is that people tend to find one thing that works well for them, and that's all they do. And that is, proverbial eggs all in one basket. And the odds are that if you just do one thing and it's working great for you, you can continue to do that. But back in the day, and I'm speaking to a certain audience here who will remember fax machines. Faxing was freaking amazing. You could send out faxes for just like pennies. They got read. The consumption rate was extremely high. The action rate was extremely high. I mean, both I and my clients absolutely killed it using faxes until they made it illegal. And a whole bunch of lawyers made a whole lot of money by filing suit against people for the illegal faxes that they sent. And it was like, $500 a fax. So, I mean, it shut down that stream. The do not call list, we can argue that that doesn't have a lot of teeth to it, but certainly they've tried to circumvent that. And there's actually legislation in terms of who you can email that is working its way through the California courts, and conceivably that's going to hurt us. Those of us that relied very heavily on Facebook and Google for targeting very specific audiences. We can't do that anymore. So relying on just one thing is, kind of a path to putting your business at risk. So the question then becomes, okay, well, then what should I be doing? What is really going to work for my business and my business that is focused on the affluent market? And that's one of the reasons why I created the small group mastermind, the Affluent Marketing Inner Circle. That's the things that we talk about in terms of what is actually working. What can you do? How can you do it? What kind of results can you expect to achieve? So, one of the things about this path that we're on is that we so often just rely on ourselves for all of our ideas. And that's okay. And Lord knows, I did that for years and years. I mean, I read books, I got virtually everything that Dan Kennedy produced, but I didn't have anybody to really bounce things off of. Another perspective, another idea, people that were on the same path that I was. And as I've, perhaps told you before, I joined a mastermind group. My first one was put on by my friend Larry Benet, and Larry, I mean, I think if memory serves, I paid like 20 grand for it. But I tell you, I got more than my money back. And I made relationships that have existed to this day. And I would say that conservatively, I made in that first year and a half, probably 4 to 5 times my investment. But no, look, my mastermind isn't anywhere near that price point. I'm doing this primarily because I really enjoy doing these kinds of things. Look, I've been doing this for 30 years. I mean, look, this is the house. It's not, it's not a set. It's not someone else's house that I come over to shoot these videos in. Look, I've made it. I don't need to do this, but I want to do it. I enjoy doing it, and I really think that there's a lot of benefit that we all can get, myself included, through the mastermind. So there's a link next to this video or closely thereof, which will take you to the page that describes exactly how it works. It's going to shut down in about 48 hours. So if you're interested, time is running out. So anyway, hope you found this helpful. I hope I have a chance to meet you in kind of Zoom person on the mastermind. And as always, thanks so much for being a part of my community. This is Mark Satterfield. Bye for now.